Welcome back to another episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. Today, we're diving deep down to the history of Hearthstone because we're going to list our top 5 favorite decks of all time. All time that we played Hearthstone, obviously. So not just current ones, but throughout the expansions, throughout the meta games, our top 5 favorite decks. Also, we're going to play one of our favorite games, community games, in the second part of this podcast, which is called Who Am I, which we've played way too much with our friends during gatherings and stuff.
We've played it once on the podcast.
We have. And hopefully at some point we're going to play with the boys from Georgia, but today we're going to play it once more to introduce it and because it's kind of fun. More about that later. We have a crossword and halftime show also, but let's hop into some Hearthstone talk because we have some decks listed and we have the top 5 favorite of all time. So JJ, do you want to start off? First of all, some thoughts on how you constructed this list, what went into it?
Well, to judge how fun a deck is, I must have played it, and I must have played it more than maybe once or twice, because that's really, So, decks that I've played for an extended period of time, because otherwise, why even bother putting them on there? And then I put up a list of all the decks that I know were, candidates from how much I've played them. I wrote them all down. And then I tried to place them in the top 5, and there's some that were left over. I'm going to mention those before the number 1.
How much did you factor in the actual success of the deck? Like how well it does?
Somewhat. I mean, I didn't put any of the decks that were absolute train wrecks, but I still somehow played because,
Like the Legend Druid with everything stuff, sort of?
That was a really fun deck, but there's just absolutely no way to win games.
So to me, it actually, I did quite significantly because, of course, for it to be fun, it's got to be winning. So to me, all the decks on this list are decks that were meta decks that I played that were at the top of the game at their given times and were very, very good because I like to play them. So I like to play decks that obviously win because I like to win and Hearthstone, so that's what that is. But JJ, do you want to start us off with your number 5 deck of all time?
Yes!
And by the way, this should be mentioned, JJ's all time is much, much longer than my all time. It's like twice as long and more because I started playing during the Frozen Throne. JJ started playing during the Cold
Classic.
War. Okay, during Classic, yeah.
So let's already start with a throwback. And we're starting with, as a matter of fact, I believe the second deck that was ever showcased on this channel.
Second. Cthulhu Priest.
Cthulhu Priest.
Got him. It took a while, but yes. Midrange Hunter was first, it was Cthulhu Priest. Yes, Cthulhu Priest is fun. I played it a small, tiny little bit with the free Cthulhu cards I got, because I obviously started way late for that.
Yeah, but you gotta have your Twilight Elders.
Yeah, exactly. I have one Twilight Elder, actually. I did have one Twilight Elder.
And also the one that procs off a feeling whose name I'm totally forgetting right about now.
Darkmender.
Yeah, Twilight Darkmender. Yeah, that's one.
Doesn't proc off a feeling, but he heals once.
Oh, no. Yeah, that too. But no, there's also one that...
that one. Okay, yeah.
Whenever a character is healed, give your Cthulhu +1/+1.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah.
Because that one is the one that lets you Cthulhu.
It's not Disciple of Cthulhu. Is it Disciple of Cthulhu?
No, that, I believe... Isn't that the 4-2 with Divine Shield?
It might be. Yeah. I know which one you mean, though. I know which one you mean. Yeah. So, yes, you gotta have all of those. I only have the ones that came with the Cthulhu, obviously, with buying an Old Gods pack. But
Beckoners of Evil. 2 of them.
But yeah, it definitely was a fun deck. That is true.
I believe I ran Thoughtseal or something. No, what was it? I ran Convert in that deck. In the first couple of days of the expansion, because everyone was playing Cthulhu at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I just steal one of the Cthulhu buffs.
Right.
That's fun.
I
dropped that later.
I distinctly remember the first friendly match that we played ever, and I won it just after playing a couple days of Hearthstone by mind controlling your Cthulhu.
Wow.
Because I was playing the full basic priest. I don't know if you remember that, but I mind controlled the Cthulhu. And I
yeah, I mean that's just what happens. Yeah.
That was fun. My number 5 deck of all time, and listen, a lot of decks on this list are gonna they're gonna be fun memories for me, but bad memories for other people because those are good decks. And number 5 we have the Cobalts and Catapults, Cobalts and Catacombs Cube Warlock. How about that one?
Dude,
so
powerful. Such an amateur thing.
Have
you ever heard of a trebuchet?
Yeah, obviously. No, Cobalts and Catacombs, Cube Warlock was an amazing deck, amazing potential because it did both things, that being aggressive play, pushing damage, and defending and playing control to a T. You could construct it in many different ways. I would construct it in a mid-range way where you have both the cubes and you have the demons that came with Cobalts and Catacombs, which were the Void Lords, which enabled the whole thing of playing defensive because they were arguably one of the most annoying minions ever.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 3/9 demon with taunt, and as a death rattle, they summoned 3/1/3 demons with taunt also. So that was fun. And then you would cube them and pop the cube, and you had like 100 stats in demon taunt, which was amazing. And you also had on the other side you had the Doom Guards, which would be summoned by Skaldaminari, which enabled the whole thing, which was the legendary weapon, obviously. And it would pull demons from your hand, the very expensive demons, and negate the negative battlecraft of Doom Guards. You would hit him in the face, cube him, pop the cube. You had another 10 rush damage. It was fun.
Possessed lackeys were in there.
Yeah, possessed lackeys, obviously, to recruit stuff, and a lot of healing. It was
oh god, pre-nerf fucking Dark Pack. That was just not cool.
Pop the cube for 1 mana to start L. So 8 health. That was amazing.
Back then, lackeys were also cheaper.
Yeah, it was. They were 5. Yeah. It was at its core was a control deck with more potential to push damage than most other control decks have because of the Doom Guard. So,
yeah, it was a control deck with a lot of burst potential. That's true.
Yeah, and for the shit on top of the sun, they obviously had Bloody Gul'dan to close out every single game, bring back all your taunts, all your charge, and that was crazy. Wonderful deck. That is the deck that single-handedly got me to 500 wins with Warlock, basically, because I've never played Zoo, and I might have played more Warlock in my Hearthstone career than any other class, just because those games took much longer in terms of playing time. Either that or Warrior, because those also take super long. But obviously, I also have Paladin and Hunter at 500 or above 500, but I didn't play in terms of playtime because those games were just much faster. So Q-Block, there were many all-nighters pulled during pretty much around holiday season 17, 18. I think it was. When the Cobalts come out. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It's all a giant blur, man.
Holiday season
was it after Grand Tournament? That's a joke. I know it was after Grand Tournament.
Yeah, that was the year I started playing. The Cobalts was only my second expansion, the first one I ever witnessed hitting. And that was the height of my Hearthstone playtime for sure. I play that deck all day, all night. It was fun. So that's my number 5.
So, you mentioned you never played Zoo Warlock?
Yeah, I really haven't.
I haven't played a lot of Zoo Warlock either, but what I have played way too much of is the Highlander version of the Zoo Warlock, which is, in fact, my number 4 deck. Already? And that might partially be a bit of recency bias, I don't know.
That just happened, right?
But yeah, that's currently my go-to ladder deck these days. Wow. And Zephyrus is just such a fun card. Zephyrus is good. And honestly, I like the Highlander Zoo Warlock a lot more than the regular. Really? I think it has slightly worse win rate, ever so slightly. But because of how you're limited to a single card of every copy, the games are more different between each other, and you can include more different packages in the same deck.
Yes.
Like you basically have the full Lackey package minus Takan.
Yeah.
You have the full self-harm package, and you can still run some odd tech choice like a Hungry Crab. I like Hungry Crab.
Hungry Crab is good, yeah.
Especially in the meta where everyone plays Shaman and Sludge Slurper is the number 1 Shaman card.
Yeah.
So,
Sludge Slurper is probably the most likely card you're going to see on one in any given game on average.
Yeah, and dude, Hungry Crab just swings the board so hard. And
swings it! Yeah, especially in the more aggressive matchups, that's huge. So, Highlander Zoo Warlock. I've never been a Zoo Warlock person. I've never gotten along with it for some reason. It just... Maybe it's just not right for my playstyle somehow. With obviously, you have the draw resource, but I've never been able to use it to its potential, so it's never been my go-to.
Did also someone play the Healing Zoo Warlock with the Voodoo Doctors and the Light Worms?
I had it built. That was during the Rastakan's days, obviously, but that was huge, yeah.
I don't think I quite enjoyed it that as much as any other, as the Highland variety.
Yeah, before Chain Gang nerf and after Rastakan's, yeah. That was the best time for that deck. But I had that build. I never really enjoyed it.
I played that too, but again, I think Highlander is my favorite variety of Zoo Warlock, so...
Yeah, very interesting. Not for me, but okay. My number 4 deck is, and this one actually, people complain about all the decks on my list. I can tell you that already. Number 2 is the Boomsday Project Meta Shudderwock Control Shaman, or Shudderwock Shaman in general. Before Chain Gang nerf, obviously. And when Life Drinker was there. Life Drinker came with the Witchwood, and the early Shudderwock Shamans were more focused as OTK control, not control, but OTK Shamans. They had the Murmuring Elementals and everything. And that got refined. It took a long time for Shudderwock decks to be refined properly. And that only happened months and months after. People thought that Shudderwock wasn't good, was flat out not good enough, because people would construct decks entirely around this insane combo. And
it's just one of 30 cards. You have to draw it first.
Yeah, it's one of 30 cards, and the Murmuring, and they were trying all that stuff. and it just really wasn't good enough. So essentially it got cropped down to just Chain Gang, Life Drinker, Grumble, the only things you needed to pull off the Infinite Shutterwalk combo, and everything around it was essentially a control shaman made to last you and to let you live and hold the game for you. It worked a lot better. All of a sudden, we had positive win rates all around until Chain Gang got nerfed. Healing Rain, yeah,
big card.
Yeah, until Chain Gang got nerfed, that deck was huge. So one of my absolute favorites, having 9 Shutterwalks in hand, they all cost 1. And Shutterwalk, generally, probably one of my top 5 favorite Hearthstone cards of all time. It's one of the best. It's amazing.
Well, it's definitely an interesting one, and the Chain Gang nerf was really unnecessary because Shutterwalk, even at its height,
never the top deck.
Was never,
and it was never oppressive enough to deserve a nerf.
Yeah, that was kind of uncalled for. Also, that nerfed Chain Gang in a lot of other regards, including, as you said,
Zoolock.
As a side effect, the Warlock, which was a little unfortunate, but, that's just what happens sometimes, and, yeah.
Didn't like it. But what's your number 3 deck?
Let's check my list. And my number 3 deck is one that I've also played somewhat recently, but I've played in different varieties over time, and that is Token Druid.
So not one specific Token Druid, but...
If I had to pick the specific version, it would probably be the pre Rise of the Mech one. The Rise of Shadows pre-Rise of the Mech. One with Forest's Aid. And
fair enough.
The big one.
Basically, our Rise of Shadows budget token.
More or less.
With the improvements, of course.
With some improvements. I don't hate the Mech variety. That's more popular since the Rise of the Mech.
Definitely after Stellaris and Morgoth.
But... generally, again, that exact version, more so than the mech one, although I do also like the mech one.
Yeah.
And I've played a couple of other varieties of Token Druid back in the day, but never quite as much as that. So yeah, the
two very recent decks already for you.
Forest's Aid and Soul of the Forest and all of that good stuff, like Whispering Woods.
Oh yeah. I know.
Because I like that. What I like about that deck in particular is that, yes, at its core, it's a board-centric aggro deck. But you can totally, if you're facing aggro, you can totally play it as control.
Yeah, you can take it. Take it.
You would run it with double Wrath, double Swipe, so you'd have your removal, and you have the late game thanks to Forest's Aid, and so all of a sudden you can just be like, okay, I'm just gonna play this slow, and I'm just gonna win late.
Take it easy.
Or against the more control-ish decks, you can just overrun them. Like, besides maybe Control Warrior at the time, very few decks had enough board clears to deal with all your Forest Aids.
Very explosive, yeah. And listen, I was big on the Control Warrior during the time, so I followed the development of that deck closely. And Control Warrior strongly adapt. I want to say Control Warrior during Wars of Shadows adapted to Token Druid more than to anything else.
Yeah, and
to beating the Druid.
Again, the Rise of Shadows variety probably my favorite, but generally the Token archetype with the idea of just going wide and buffing them tall, generally speaking, appeals to me as well.
How about this one? My number 3 favorite deck of all time, and again, the hate is gonna flow in. Knights of the Frozen Throne meta Jade Druid. How about that one?
Oof.
Ultimate Infestation has entered the house, and it enabled every single Druid deck until the day that it rotated out. That card was one of the most broken cards ever. In case you don't know, Ultimate Infestation, it's maybe the most versatile, best card. It might honestly be overall the strongest Hearthstone card that was ever printed.
Me.
One off, for sure.
10 mana, deal 5 damage, draw 5 cards, gain 5 armor, and summon a 5/5 ghoul.
That was insanity. And Jade Druid in general, I loved it, of course. Gadget's my favorite expansion. I like the Jade idea, the larger and larger men for Druid. All the support cards, I have them all except for Aya Blackpaw, and Jade Druid is I want to say the only deck. Yes, that's actually true. The only deck that I still play in Wild sometimes. I'm not a Wild player at all.
So you decided to drop the Kingsman Rogue?
Yeah.
Because you played that in...
Leeching Poison.
Yeah,
the deck is, they nerfed the Legend by nerfing a common, of course. That was similar with the Chain Gang. As a matter of fact, that was the same nerf. They put Leeching Poison...
I totally forgot about that. I just remember that back in the day you also had the Wild Kingsbane.
They made Leeching Poison non-permanent, so Kingsbane got dropped that very day. And... Jade Druid, the only Wild deck that I sometimes still play because that's how much I love the Jade mechanic. And it's really, really fun. You get the Ultimate Infestation and you still get improvements to it with new cards coming out, such as it's very much playable with the new Druid quest right now. Keeper Stellaris is a phenomenal card in that deck. Some of the new stuff, but Frozen Throne, Jade Druid, my favorite time for Jade Druid, it was one of the strongest decks. It used to be dominant in the meta during that time. And matter of fact, at the time of the Frozen Thorn, I did not play Jade Druid all that much because that was the time I played my Hunter for the most part.
Yeah.
And only to beat the Lich King did I end up crafting all the Jade stuff because that's the best way to do it with Druid. And then I loved it. It's amazing. I loved it even before I played it, but then I got around to playing it myself, and it's great.
Now we're going to my number 2 favorite deck of all time, and it's the old reliable. It's Midrange Hunter. Hard to pick a version because oftentimes they are very similar to one another.
Always good too.
But I'd have to pick something with Deathstalker Rexar in it. I mean, you kind of have to,
so
right?
no Master's Call.
I don't know if I even like Master's Call that much.
Oh, Master's Call is so strong.
But Deathstalker Rexar. Probably one of my favorite cards. Even not my favorite card.
He's also a contender for the strongest individual card ever printed, by the way.
So yeah, probably if I had to pick a version, one of the 6 different metas that had Deathstalker Rexar in it.
Yeah. Remember that one time when you told me it was not a smart idea to dust the Death Knight Garrosh in order to craft Rexar? Aged like milk. I was here when I did it too. I was about to craft my first legend. You know what, JJ, I'm gonna dust everything and craft me this Rexar. And he was like, "Oh, that's not a good idea, man. You don't want to do this." And I was like, "Yeah, I want to do this."
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to dust multiple cards you might want to have some use for later. Yeah.
I dusted bad cards and I crafted me a Rexar. I never looked back since. And ever since then, stronger than ever, I've been an advocate of efficiently dusting and crafting actually good cards. But yeah, that was one of the best investments I ever made. Yeah, Rexar was good. He's, fun fact, not on my list. No Hunter is on my list.
Okay.
Even though that was my first deck.
Yeah, the reason why Midrange Hunter is so high on my list is because it was arguably also one of my first decks. I don't remember exactly what the first thing is that I've ever played because it's been forever.
Basic Mage, probably.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the very first deck because
tutorials and then
you
start
have
off
well, there was no tutorial, but you have to play Mage to unlock the other classes.
Yeah.
But one of the very first decks that I kind of mushed together was just not very optimal Midrange Hunter. I mean, I didn't really have very optimal decks until we started doing Hearthstone on this channel. But back when it was just a lot more casual, I would still play mid-range-ish Hunters. It's very easy. Just throw a lot of beasts in there, some beast synergies, and just go.
Just go. Houndmaster, Evergreen, Rhino, you know.
Houndmaster, Savannah Highmane.
Houndmaster is one of my favorite cards.
Scavenging Hyena.
Not Shaw, the regular Houndmaster. Shaw too, but the regular Houndmaster is just eternal. It's great.
Yeah, and there's just so many good cards, and the shell always kind of stays the same.
There's no better feeling than, by the way, playing a beast on 3, Houndmaster on 4. There's not a better thing in the world. Bear Shark, Animal Companion 3, Houndmaster on 4.
Oh, Bear Shark was such a good card.
Bear Shark was good.
There's so many highlights of like cool beasts over the years. Alley Cat, really cool. You had
Diremole.
Diremole, yeah, Diremole felt really good always. You have even cards that weren't as good. I really like Web Spinner for some reason. I don't know why. It's not a great card, but it's a decent 1-drop. I played Hatchlings for a while for some reason. You know, like Raptor.
Jeweled Macaw was fun.
Jeweled Macaw, like
yeah.
There's just so many.
Not very good, but it was.
There's so many good memories about
Firebat.
Just beasts, you know? Just Hunter Beast cards.
Hunter Beast cards.
Or neutral Beast cards played in Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter Beast cards is some of the best things there. That's your number 2 deck.
And there's, again, hard to pinpoint an exact version, but just.
One with Rexar.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Rexar might be my favorite card of all time. I don't know.
Maybe. So maybe like the Boomsday, during the Boomsday times, Boomsday Midrange Hunter or something.
Something like that, yeah.
My number 2 favorite deck of all time, the most recent one on my list, Rise of Shadows Control Warrior. Surprise to very few. That's what I became known as, by the way, in sort of in the community, as the guy who plays Control Warrior, and I still like it. With the new Taunt package, it's worse for me because I handle it worse than I did during the Rise of Shadows, and subsequently I play it less now than other stuff. But during Rise of Shadows, that was basically my only deck for months, because it was one of the best decks in the meta. Again, everybody hated it, of course, because everyone still hates it. Everyone will. I think everyone will always.
I think I just figured out what your number 1 is.
Of course you do. Everyone will always hate Control Warrior because it's such a strong deck, and it's so annoying to play against. Which, by the way, I agree wholeheartedly. But that's why you play it. I love that deck. I knew the ins and outs of the deck too, so I played hundreds and hundreds of games with it. It might be, aside from Warlock, the class I played the most in terms of playtime, even though I don't have the 500 wins yet. A Control Warrior game takes, or like half of them at least, take up to 30 minutes and more. So I spent a lot of time on it. I liked the deck quite a lot. It was fun to just crush people's souls with Control Warrior. It's the way I play. And I actually, not everyone hated it. A lot of people are on my side in the Discord, so I appreciate that. But a lot of people shun Control Warrior. I don't. I love it. By the way, worth considering also the Odd Quest Control Warrior.
Yeah.
Before rotation, during the Rastakhan/Boomsday days. Before Angora rotated, obviously, and with Baku. That was also very fun.
That was also not very fun to play against.
That was fun, because you essentially play Control Warrior 4 armor every turn, and whenever you decide to, you flip the switch, bam, now I do 8 every turn. I'm Ragnaros. So that was very, very good. That's my number 2 favorite deck of all time.
Before we get into my number 1, I want to make some honorable
We also
mentions.
know each other's number 1s. I'm pretty sure we do.
I don't think you do.
Do I not? Okay, unless you come up with some crazy-ish, then I don't, yeah.
Favorable, honorable mentions. We got the good old Audro.
I thought that was going to be your number 1.
That...
God.
It wasn't probably one of the decks that I've played the most, barring Midrange Hunter, of course. But that's probably like... There might be one of the auto lists might be the single most games in one exact deck list.
Yeah.
Still love Blood Knight, good card. But no, that was fun.
The symbol of mediocrity.
Oddrogue was very fun. I learned to play that relatively well. I knew my matchups with that one. That's one of those decks where I would go into matchups that most people would consider unfavorable, and they would just go out there and they still have above 50% winner just because of how well I knew the deck. Also, didn't hurt that I had Blood Knight to kill all those paladins, but you know, that was especially back before they nerfed
and Giggling Inventor.
Giggling Inventor, yeah. So yeah, Oddrogue, really fun deck. Also, big Spell Mage, man. Remember Dragon Call Alana?
I remember.
And Frostless Jaina and all those?
I remember.
We played...
I feel like that's sort of your Control Warrior experience, you know? Like, that's you felt very similar about that deck as I feel about Control Warrior. That's sort of in the same ballpark.
So the big Spell Mage, just... Dude, that Dragon Caller, those turns, yeah, there was some good stuff happening in that.
I was never a fan of that.
Okay, here's probably the most oddball one of the honorable mentions. That...
Odd Hunter.
Oh, I just realized I literally... I apparently like Big Spell Mage so much I wrote down twice in the honorable mentions. Anyways, not my point. Honor, it was also a fun deck. Not quite good, not quite fun enough to put in the honorable mentions, but what I am going to put in there is Disco Lock.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was never very good. That's definitely the worst deck that I have on this entire list.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Ew.
Like, because that's one of those decks that if it goes right, it's really fun. Like, you play your Succubus. Wait, that's what is it called? Fellhound?
Fellhound something, some demon shit. Yeah.
Oh,
and the Silver Golem, and you hit everything.
Yeah, I was about to say you hit the Silver Golem, and all of a sudden you have a 4/3 and a 3/3 on turn 2. Yeah. Yikes.
The once in 20 games where that sort of stuff happens.
Yeah, again, it's just sadly not reliable enough, but that was fun. Now, to get to my actual number 1, though, and I could have had a good lead-in with your deck there, kind of broke the flow up there a little bit, but you remember how you said how fun it was to be Ragnaros?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I always just went to summoning Ragnaros. More specifically, what comes to mind here is probably also one of the decks I've played the most, although not as much as the Odd Rogue or the Midrange Hunter, or maybe even Token Druid, but maybe more than any of the others. Odd Mage.
Wow. Odd Mage.
Remember Janalai, the Dragonhawk?
Yeah, I would have never expected that.
Janalai had a very unfortunate fate. Because they killed the archetype by rotating Baku out early, who would still be in the meta right now. Yeah. And they introduced Janalai only with Rastakhan's Rumble. Yeah. So we only really had one expansion
there for one meta where Odd Mage was good.
With that deck, because there was no way to build an Odd Mage after rotation. Yeah.
And Janalai not good enough in the regular Control Mage.
Janalai was run in some varieties of Control Mage, but it was just more of an... if you get it, it's nice. Otherwise, But never really as a build around. And with Odd Mage, it was just you could get those crazy games where you just you hero power every turn, you coin out Genlai on 6, and
you got a Reggie.
You're just rolling through your opponents.
Man,
there was
Odd Mage.
A few varieties of that deck. There was a secret variety, which I preferred to the more controlish variety, mostly because it was cheaper to craft, and I had a lot of the cards for it. I did kind of play both, although I never really had the full, slower one. But also with the whole Zola shenanigans, I never really quite appreciated, Zola. You can only play Janlai after Zola.
Zola is such a weird card.
You can only play Janlai after you have Zola on your hand, so you can play those together, blah. Too slow. Hit your opponent in the face.
Alright.
So yeah, Odd Mage.
That's very interesting. I would. That was not even on my radar for honorable mentions. I never knew of you playing that much, or other than just on the channel or something. Actually, and it was also never a deck that I liked. By the way,
I think during Rastakan's Rumble that was my number one deck. Yeah.
Well, during Rastakan's Rumble, leading into my deck, I was too busy playing 17 hours a day grinding to Legend with my favorite deck of all time. Odd Paladin. Listen, Odd Paladin is the best Hearthstone deck that was ever in existed. It's the best. It's amazing. It was fun. It was successful. You could grind out 5 to 6 games an hour, and it was the best. You regularly win on turn 5, and I had this deck figured out so well. If I was allowed to go to the World Championships, bring 4 Odd Paladins, I might have won the World Championship. No, I wouldn't, because some control lineup cleans it up, obviously, because I have no variety. But I was never more comfortable in a deck. Unironically, I played probably over 1,000 games within the span of less than 50 days. A month to 50 days. Which is the time that I ground to Legend with that, which was just the best time I ever had in Hearthstone. It was just amazing. So, Odd Paladin, I knew that deck like no other. It was so great. I want that deck back. And the thing is, I totally would play it in Wild if Level Up was available, which it's not anymore. So after Level Up went, it was still played with Frostwolf Warlord, which I never got. Never my thing. I always liked Level Up better. The Level Up version, even though it didn't drop hugely in win rate. But the time that I played it with Level Up, it could still play in Wild with some actually improvements. Which I might try it at some point, but there's some wild cards I don't have that go
Brazen Zealot.
Yeah, that's not a wild card, but yes, that
yeah, but it's a card that came into the picture after.
But there's this one dude whose battle cry is basically a level up, so that's sort of an idea, but it doesn't give taunt, but I think it gives 2/2. And Odd Paladin, just my favorite.
Yeah, I don't remember all of the dude cards, but
my favorite deck of all time was absolutely
fun. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
some dude. So Quartermaster, sure, exactly, that's what it was. So yeah, my favorite deck of all time, Odd Paladin. Most successful deck of all time, my favorite of all time. Best combination possible. There's never going to be anything like it.
The deck that I knew in and out the way you described, kind of Control Board and also Odd Paladin. For me, it was probably Odd Rogue.
Odd Paladin, yeah, I think so. Yeah, Odd Paladin much more so than Control Warrior. I think Odd Paladin, I honestly was, man, I was almost perfect with this deck, honestly. A lot of people were, because a lot of people played it, but...
Yeah, that's what Odd Rogue was for me, but it never really quite captured me the way some other decks did, because it was just a very straightforward, play the tempo, do your thing, kind of deck, and not, some of the other ones that are a little more out there. I personally like decks that do fun things a little more than ones that do straightforward things. Of course, the ones that do fun things and just don't win at all are bad too. Yeah. But
I really care about winning quite a lot, so that's why I like
decks that do fun things and have variety and still win. So that's why summoning Ragnaros is pretty fun. Yeah. Or, discovering something to win you the game with Zephyrus is fun. Playing Cthulhu is very fun. Just dropping that guy down, just seeing all of the things go into your opponent's face. That's
Odd Paladin is just, man, bam, 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 smack. It was the best. But that's for that. Let us know your favorite decks in the comments. We'll hop into the halftime show because we have a crossword puzzle set up as always.
Opening the crossword
in 3, 2, 1.
I just like not actually opening it. They put it on the picture too.
They put what?
They put Kario Japs on the picture because it's Call Me Maybe.
Who?
The woman who sang Call Me Maybe. The song. It was a radio hit for like...
Dude, I listen to the radio. Can you close the ad? Also, I don't. I haven't listened to the radio in 27 years.
I think I can actually.
Awful. Let's start with this quiz. What is this? What is this about?
Well, it's Sunday crosswords. Call me maybe. No.
Okay.
Well, that's call me maybe.
All right, let's do it.
As per the song.
So the green ones are something related to phones? I don't know.
Well, I mean the green ones are. Oh, that actually starts the timer. Telephone hijinks.
Okay.
Stop for a cruise ship.
41 across, please.
What?
41 across. In the list, WWE champ John. That's gotta be something, right? Yeah. Thank you.
I was gonna look at all of these real quickly. Battle cry and alarm clock alternative. Anyways,
okay.
Let's do as Elliot of the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I know the band, but you know, part of a Dracula costume is probably the cape. That's not a seat. Then we have subtle glow. Could be. It's not a hue. That's just 3 letters. Celestial body. That could be the moon, for example.
Subtle glow tint.
It's not. It could be a tint. Yes. It's not a tint, nor is it a moon.
Celestial body maybe Mars.
It could be Mars. It could be Earth. No, it could not be Earth. It could be Mars. It could be star actually.
Yeah. That makes more sense actually. Yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
Without a male heir. Like a king that doesn't have a son.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Okay.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that means.
But prefix meaning self.
Auto.
Oh yeah, right. I was still thinking ego and it doesn't.
Telephone hijinks.
Prank call.
Yeah. No, it doesn't go.
I swear to God, it's something like that.
Probably. Let's find the top left corner.
Can I put a space
in
in?
the top left corner.
So let's get this one previously. Earlier?
Yeah.
So
some we can figure that one out. It's A or E or something. You put cost first, really? Cass. Cool.
Okay, and this is still
what's the 2 down?
The 2 down is subtle glow. Aura.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's try prank dash call.
That's.
Yeah. So there's another dash in the one that goes down there. Cool.
No, it's not. It's not correct.
Oh, it's not correct. What?
I don't think. But it's probably prank something.
Yeah, I would imagine so. What's 16? Is it 16 down? Where the K would start.
18 down. Put the kibosh on.
What?
I don't know. 5 down is spreadsheet program, which is probably Excel. Excel. Yeah. Wait, is it just one L? I mean,
yeah. So
Anjou or Bartlett.
Is it prank calls?
Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate these crosswords with their plurals. You know.
Yeah, I got it. Right.
I still don't know who Anjou or Bartlett are. Weekend update show.
SNL.
Sunday Night Live. Saturday Night Live. That's what it is. My bad. Frying medium. Frying medium.
What?
Oil.
Oh, okay.
Sail supports.
Masts.
Oh, that's what they want.
Yes, yeah.
And we have those guys. We also have kind of bath salts.
Dude, I don't know bath salts.
And Bond villain.
It has to be a vowel there, I guess. So Xenia, maybe. Xenia, okay. Another bath salt. Was that Geo Bartlett? I don't know. I don't even know this letter, man. Else, you can just try.
I was trying to kind of figure out which ones made some kind of sense, but it's probably a vowel, I would assume. I mean, so? No, it's a consonant. Sorry. Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Let's try something else.
Let's
have more time.
I mean, we're gonna do that at some point. Mm-hmm. Hatchling's home will probably be a nest. Mm-hmm. Salt Lake State.
Salt Lake State? As in like the Salt Lake... Oh, it's Utah. That's what they mean. Okay. No, okay.
Job for Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes? Case?
Some Starbucks orders.
What?
Totally dumb. I don't know.
Coffee.
Starts with a T.
Yeah. Let's go down with the other ones. We have like 3 letters there.
Up in the air.
No, I mean the ones on the top right. Like, yeah.
Organic acid.
What's it? DNA nucleo?
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Nuclein, right?
Nuclein.
With it. How is it spelled?
Anyways.
L-E-I-N?
What?
L-E-I-N?
E-I-N.
It's something like that.
I don't know. And others abbreviated.
L. E-T-A-L.
Back talk is sass. And Northern Lights are... Oh, fuck, do they actually want Aurora Borealis? Is that... That's not even close. They just want Boreal...
No.
But Aurora also doesn't... That's too short. I don't know. Before the deadline.
On time? No.
See, the problem is those crosswords are weird enough that it could totally be correct.
Doesn't fit, so...
We also have Up in the Air. I already said that. We also have that. We also have Lint Collector.
Okay.
In Narrow Valley. Gymnast Corbett.
Oh, God.
New Wave Band.
Blank
Boingo. It's probably Oingo, right?
Really? Oh, have you ever heard of those?
I've heard of that as a combination
European
of words.
Mountain Ranges Alps. ALPS. Been there.
Stop for a cruise ship. We saw that already. Play on words. I like those. Especially bad ones. Bridle Path is the Isle.
Yeah.
Finger spelling technique abbreviated. ASL, right? No, fuck it. Which is specifically only the case in the US because American Sign
Let's
language.
keep going. We are on time here. K-I something L.
Put the keyboard on and pipe bend.
What? What? Cool. L.
This seemed to be the only one that made sense for both words.
Okay.
Part of the MLB postseason.
What?
Major League. Oh wait, the what is it? They played that recently, dude.
They played the World Series, yeah.
The one before that.
The conference games.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh, is it ALCS or
ALCS?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Fertile soil. Also cut off. Lob? No, that doesn't make sense. That's more of a throw thing.
That's a British thing. Lob it off.
Pie fruit.
Apple.
As American as apple pie.
More.
What is it cut off? Alright, so.
It's a vowel.
Yeah.
Let's try them out.
Is it lop? Yeah.
Cool. Well, maybe that's it. Lop it
Battle cry. Also slander. And fertile soil. Right, we had that. Garfield's desire.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. Is it
A at the end.
Oh, it is. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lasagna, bro. That's the only thing that his cat cares about. It's crazy.
Scatter about. Disperse. I don't know.
It's probably C. On the green across. It's probably CA something.
No, that's not it. But it's probably like yeah.
And the 33 down. What was that?
Oh wait! Every single green one contains the word call. Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
What?
Nothing. The 33 down because there's LOA then. Fertile soil. Loaf.
I did that already, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wait, what is this again? Slander.
Speak.
Oh wait, slander is. Slander is spoken defamation, right?
Yeah.
That's If it was written, it would be libel.
Yeah. Let's go.
Cutesy suffix.
What?
A suffix that you can add to something to make it more cute.
Huh. I don't know.
I would assume. Belarus neighbor. Northern Lights. Aurora. Wait, is there a different way to spell it?
Aurora's.
Is it Northern Lights? Yeah. That's
because lights. Got it.
Fucking plural.
That line in. It's not in time. God damn it. IN really?
Is it in? But is it in time? Did you say on time? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just
CIA predecessor.
What was that? No, I don't know.
I know that's the thing. Stop for a cruise ship. By the way, we're getting
port something probably. So the first one should be a P. Let's keep that in mind.
There's probably a call at the end somewhere there.
And the acid we can get now, nuclein. We got I. That should be it, correct, right? Something nuclear. The last letter is just wrong.
Nucleus? That's dumb, right?
On the last letter, but it has to be that. Nuclei? Another I? No.
I don't know. I'm Lint Collector starts with an N. A Narrow Valley starts with a G.
Mm-hmm.
And Gymnast Corbett, that's just a name.
Yeah.
Great. What couch potatoes do?
Sit. Oh. What's wrong?
Huh. Featured musician. We didn't even have that before. We didn't even look at that before, is what I'm saying. We also have watermelon throwaways are the seeds.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got fish with a net.
This quiz is very fast.
I guess that is 2 fish with a net, probably.
Yeah.
Thick carpet. Rug. Wait. Rug. Is it
Double G? I don't know.
I thought it was just RUG then.
That's what I thought. Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh, wait. Is it... Don't tell me it's... Knowing them, it could have been
going.
A rug. Cologne to German.
We know that one. Oh, you can even use the fun letter. Yeah. O. Do you really have to use an O?
That's wrong. Cologne.
Neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Real big fishes genre. What?
I don't know who Real Big Fish is. No clue. Keep going.
Son of Odin, Thor, Balder, there's a couple, Loki. Rough breathing sound.
Okay.
Did we do this one? Scatterbout. Hall of Fame Broncos QB.
LA. Wow. We gotta look at all of them to not miss the obvious ones.
Alarm clock alternative. That'll be a rooster. Sports venues and arena. We have Streisand title role.
No.
I don't really know.
Are we there yet?
R. That's dumb. Barbie's.
Ken.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out that word. It's French. Transmitted, sent.
Yeah. Is this like wake up call? Has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Evenly matched. Equal.
Probably. Yeah. What's the SQ?
What? The SQ is Knight's attendance is a squire. Attend me.
Squires.
Oh, Christ.
Attendance.
Ugh. The plurals fuck me up every time.
It says in the
seat in the British Parliament? Question mark.
Peer. No. Lord. The thing that makes Great Britain not democratic. No. Let's go with the down ones then.
Set the pace.
Let's go with the down
as well as snow transport is a sled. We also have Frozen Princess is Elsa. We have Hard to Find is rare. Yep. What does it have to jump over? Funnel shaped. Cylindrical? So
that doesn't go.
No, something like that. We also have...
we can do the cross ones.
Arse. Set the pace.
Lead.
I think we
Cubicle?
now have... What?
Cubicle? 41 down?
No. No, why would it be? I mean... cyclical, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Cyclical.
No, it's the Y.
Is it? But it's still like cyclical.
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's
quite.
Good.
Roman sun god.
What's the name?
It's Epoch is Eon.
Mm-hmm.
Fudge. We did pretty poorly, specifically because of time for once.
Yeah, we always do poorly because of time.
Roman Sun God. I'm gonna kick myself.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, isn't Helios? Shouldn't it be Helios?
I don't know. No. Man, we should know. Okay, with more time, we would have obviously figured this one out, probably, I guess. So,
you know how all the planets are named after the gods, the Roman gods? Yeah. Sol is our sun.
Yeah.
You know, we're living in the Sol system.
Veg is what?
Okay, listen.
Glenn.
Veg is like vegetable? I don't know. We had 1% more than the average.
Call to arms is the battle cry.
Oh, up there we needed pair.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Epsom. Oh, wait, Epsom, okay. Epsom bath salts is something we could have actually known. Yeah.
Tall. There's just a large coffee.
Nucleic, okay. Cool. Actually, we could have known that.
Okay.
Because that needs to be a C because of call, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, call being there, I kind of speculated earlier. I just apparently didn't write it in there.
And some of the bottom ones
Future musician, soloist. Call to arms should have been easy. Yeah. Smear. As a smear campaign. Trawl.
And some of the bottom left that we could have gotten, but we never got.
A shag.
That's a thick carpet, okay.
Yeah. Area for Neck of the Woods, which actually makes sense. Ska. That is probably the only musical genre that does fit with a K in the middle there. Or rail. Rough. Okay. I would not have known that one. No. Strew. Cool. As in, it's strewn about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
CI processor is the OSS. What's this? Feature musician is OS. I said that already. A loft is up in the air, and then we have.
That doesn't make sense.
Lint collector is naval, which is where Lint collects.
Glenn makes sense. I didn't come up with that. That was stupid. Olga, whatever. Olga Cobalts just no, and veg doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Is it vegetate? I don't know.
We still had the majority of stuff.
Yeah. So that man, time on these is tough. It's not easy at all. God damn. But that's a good one. Let's hop back onto the.
Oh God! I just saw what the next one is about.
What is the next one about? Golf. You get some old people in there for that. Let's hop into the big camera again because we have facts of the week coming up, and then we're gonna play one of our favorite games, which is Who Am I? We have notes pre-written, by the way. We'll explain how it works real quick. But first of all, let's get into the fact of the week. So, JJ, what is your fact this week?
My fact of the week. Okay, I've just learned this, and it's fascinating to me.
Fascinating. You learned it on r/facts.
Yeah, I did. Okay, listen.
Can't lie about that.
I've come up with 124 previous facts. That's technically not exactly true, but and it's tough sometimes. Okay, but this one is very interesting. So. It's better than some of the ones that I came up with myself, so, you know, there's
Does it relate to the Fun Palace in Moscow?
No.
Okay. No one will ever know why I said that. It's currently JJ's wallpaper. Keep going.
And that's your fault. Yeah. And this fact, this kind of low-key blew my mind, although it does make sense. And that is that, okay, this is a blank slide. I can actually hold this into camera in case I don't intend to, but, November 2nd, 2000 was the last day that all living human beings were on Earth at the same time.
Huh, because of the ISS?
Yes.
Ah, alright.
See, it's not actually... Mm-hmm. It's just something you never think about.
Yeah, but that makes sense though.
But it makes sense, but it's still surprising to you when you first hear it. It's like, what?
For sure.
In like close to 19 years? Actually, wait. Fuck it. Fuck, it's already November. In over 19 years...
Yeah.
There has been no point in time where all living human beings were on Earth simultaneously.
That's very interesting. Yeah, that's true. It's a good fact because of the ISS. Here's my fact of the week. Playing cards.
Yeah, by the way, is the International Space Station for those of you who did not know that.
Playing cards from the US playing card company, including bicycles.
I was about to say, I've got some of those around,
were used in World War II as maps. They would have the maps on the inside of the playing cards, so you would peel off, because they're layered, obviously, you know they are. You would peel them off, and a full deck, and you put them all together, and it would be a full map. And it actually helped over 30 escapes of American Allied soldiers from Axis war prisons in Germany.
I mean, that's pretty cool, but I just imagine that the poor guy, like, getting his deck of cards and peeling all of the things off, and then, like,
because they would send people
figuring out how the freaking order
they would send
them.
people decks of cards, and obviously it's just playing cards. They're not suspicious, obviously, right? So no one would check that. So they would get those playing cards and would actually help people.
Okay, it's really clever, right? But it's got to be a pain in the ass to figure out how to arrange those.
They were like the regular bicycle decks that we have, like, sitting around by the dozens. Yeah, it was really cool. So that's our fact of the week. But
also, a fun fact about cards while we're at it, I believe you might have mentioned this before, which is why I'm bringing this up right now. There is so many different ways you can order a deck of cards that it is very likely that any given order you put them in, unless it's like one very specific one, has never happened before. If you just shuffle
specifically a poker deck 52 deck card deck. Yes, that is true. Let's play a game of Who Am I? The rules of this game are very simple. We are both going to get a post-it to our face with a name on it, and then we're not going to know it because we're going to disable the camera for ourselves.
Currently we can see ourselves during the entire recording of the podcast.
Once we start playing, we're going to turn that off, so we can't, obviously.
Now
you will be able to.
And it turns out the worst part about censorship is...
Yeah, that's the other wallpaper that we're currently looking at. We're going to put post-its to our faces with names on them.
More importantly.
Correct. Jade doesn't know it. And then we have to find out who we are by asking exclusively yes or no questions. If your answer is, if you get a yes answer, you get to ask again. So, and if you don't, the other person goes. So let's start doing this. I have your note right here. And actually, do you have yours?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's put it to my face, and I'm going to just hold it into the camera. Actually, I'm going to cover my eyes, and you can switch back so you can see if you can actually tell.
I mean, you can tell. I've tried it
Okay,
before.
yeah, then if you don't want to do that.
I'm gonna...
He's going to get the note, he's going to pin it to my forehead, and hopefully it's going to hold up in case it doesn't, we have tape.
I'm very sorry in case we fuck up the focus by holding those things in there and it just never returns. That's very
That's why you should check it. That's why you should just, once we both have them, you hold it to you hold this close and check it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's do that.
But it should work. So, first of all, we got yours, which I'm going to hold into the camera first, and I'm going to pin it to your forehead.
So that the people
and it's this. I'm pretty sure that's about the height where I can see it.
Alright.
I would assume.
Put it to my forehead.
And I'm going to peel this off.
I'm going to close my eyes.
I'm going to pin it to your forehead.
Alright, you want to? I'm going to hold it shot, just switch back and see if the focus is good.
You do mine first, and then we.
But if the focus is bad right now, whatever. So okay, so here's Jade ones.
Close my eyes.
Here's Jade ones. There you go. All right, there. Hope you can see that. And let's put it to Ms. Noggin right there. If it doesn't hold up, which it doesn't seem like it will at all for you, we have tape. We have tape to.
It does seem like it holds.
Okay.
And let's
hold both shot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're holding both shot.
Yeah. Let's see if the focus is back. The focus is there. Okay, we're all good. We can minimize again.
There's a minimize button somewhere. There it is.
Perfect.
Doesn't light up as much as the close button.
All right, let's see.
Also, this obscures my vision partially.
Correct. I'm gonna start off. So
yes.
Example, JJ. Am I a human being?
You are not.
You already did that. Okay.
So I am gonna start off with, because we're experts.
The scientifically correct way. I skipped that. Yeah.
More complex line of reasoning. Mm-hmm. Am I real?
Yes.
Do I have a physical body?
Yes.
Am I a living being?
Mm-hmm.
Am I an animal?
Yes.
Am I a vertebrate?
Yes.
Mammal?
Yes.
Simian?
Yes.
Ape?
Yes.
Human?
Should have asked sapien first. Yeah, there's no other sapien. Yeah. Yes, you're a human.
So that was me being a smart
That's
guy.
usually how you actually do it. When you've played millions of rounds of it, you'll at some point you'll be like a dog or some other type of animal. So you want to go from largest to smallest, to actually get as much yes answer.
Am I a blue whale?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
Like proceeds to go from largest to smallest. Like am I a micro?
Largest circle. So you are a human.
I am a human.
Yes.
I'm a real human, as a matter of fact.
A real existent human.
Here's a question that can cut off like all the people. Am I alive?
Yes.
That limits it a lot. Mm-hmm. Am I? I'm gonna go.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the one that is statistically speaking more likely to give me a no. Am I male?
Yes.
See, because based on what you would give me, I would assume that it's more likely. Mm-hmm. But there's more women in existence than anyways. You know what? It's not a very good simplifying question, but am I of legal age?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just, because of internationality, say, am I 21 or over?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So that way I'm everywhere. Let's go for place of birth.
Alright.
That there is a couple where No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
you know what? It's dumb. Let's go by what I know this person for. Am I internationally famous?
Yes.
Am I
won
famous
this
through
right now.
entertainment?
Yes.
In traditional media, that basically just meaning not the internet, or not primarily the internet.
Yeah, in traditional media, but also the internet nowadays.
I mean,
obviously.
everyone
But,
who's famous is also on the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, traditional. Originally.
Oh, I'm alive, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a musician?
No.
Okay.
No, you're not. Alright, my turn again.
Being alive kind of limited.
So let me also do this the correct way. Am I a living being at all?
Yes.
Am I fictional?
Yes.
That is important. And but I'm not a human though. We established that. Vertebrate.
Yes.
Mammalian.
No.
Alright.
So, entertainer. Am I... Boy. What kind of entertainers do we know that are not musicians? Am I by any chance something could be referred to as a sports entertainer?
No.
Not a wrestler.
Not at all. That would be very funny, but no, you're not. Alright.
And his name!
Yeah. We've had that just today. Am I... Okay.
I think we were done before
yes.
the crossword, so it would have been really funny if it was.
Do I show up in video games?
Yes.
Do I originate in video games?
Yes.
Do I at all show up in a Blizzard game?
Yes.
Do I show up in Hearthstone?
Yes.
Am I a card? Does my character have a card?
Yes.
Am I an individual character, first of all?
Yes.
I'm an individual, okay. It has a card. Is that card in standard game right now?
Yes.
Nice. Am I humanoid? As in, like, orc or something, elf would count.
Humanoid as in you have, like, a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs?
Yeah,
sort of
walk
humanoid?
upright, sort of the
Yeah.
same. Okay. Alright. Am I with the Horde?
No.
Alright.
Let's see. Entertainer. Am I an actor?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Definitely encompasses a part of what you do, yeah.
Part of what I do.
Yeah, you are essentially.
Correct.
An actor,
Do I appear as an actor in fiction, movies, or TV shows? As in not reality TV or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
In part.
So I play characters that are not me in movies.
Well,
or television.
No.
No?
Okay. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I would know. All right. I'm a standard. I'm gonna go with the Hearthstone part again. I'm a standard card. A minion.
Yes.
Is there no hero card of me? Just making sure.
Yes.
All right, so I'm a minion standard. Am I neutral?
For the purpose of this, I'm going to say no. I'll explain that later.
Okay.
I will explain later.
Okay.
So, that would have been dumb. I'm kind of an actor, but not actually really an actor, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That means I'd probably do something else besides just acting.
Yeah.
Am I don't know, what do I do besides acting? It's a good... am I a comedian?
That's also part of what you do, yes. No one would, as your job description would never be comedian, but you do comedic stuff, yes.
And my job description also would not be actor.
No.
Oh, boy.
But no, I'm not gonna give any examples. You gotta get there by yourself.
I'm one of those fucking all-around entertainers or something like that. Am I like a talk show host?
No. Oh boy. Once you see what you are, that's incredibly funny, actually. I'm a class card.
Yes.
Alright. How do I proceed here? Am I not a basic card?
You're not a basic card.
Am I from an expansion other than classic?
Yes.
Alright. So I also obviously have a rarity. Am I epic or legendary?
Yes.
Am I a legend?
Yes.
I am a legendary
For
class
individual
card.
characters, that's very likely, by the way.
That is true. I'm an individual. I'm a legendary card from an expansion. Do I rotate out next year?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I known for something? Am I at least partially known for something outside of the entertainment industry?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I'm kind of right now. I'm kind of losing the angle.
So I'm from either Rise of Shadows, Saviors of Uldum. Yeah, I'm Rise of Shadows or Saviors of Uldum.
Correct.
All right. Am I from Rise of Shadows?
No.
God damn.
Let's see. Fox. I am an actor in some capacity. I'm a comedian in some capacity. I appear in traditional media.
I was so close to looking at you, but I noticed there's a mirror over there, so...
Oh, yeah, right. There's a mirror
Be
over
a bit
there.
careful with that.
Alright, I should probably... No, also not look at that mirror.
Yeah.
I like looking at that mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So... Which is surprising if you know... Fuck. I'm kind of really losing my angle here, which is weird. I'm alive, we said.
Yes. You could start getting to the person a bit more if the sort of job description is getting into
the problem is the job description is usually the easiest limiting factor.
Yeah. Maybe get to like age or like place of residence, that sort of thing. Maybe that'll get you closer.
I think I'm just gonna... Am I from the Americas?
Yes.
North. USA.
Yes.
That doesn't actually help that much. No. And the thing is, I could start asking for states, but honestly, I don't know that many people where I can even tell you from which they are.
Time zones.
Oof. No, but even that, I like most
from which maybe not, but place of residence actually. That could help you with this one.
I mean, famous persons, probably Southern California. I mean, that's just
not California.
Technically, that wasn't a question.
Okay.
So I'm from the US. I was born there.
Yeah.
Just out of... Do I currently live there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of surprising. Like, you don't move away from the US once you're famous, usually. Male... Am I...
Unless you're Edward Snowden. Yeah.
Do I have... How to put this without... Do I have an online presence beyond like the... like having a Twitter and maybe a Facebook or something? Like something...
No.
As like a creator or something?
No, I don't think so, no. Alright. I'm a legendary card from Saviors of Uldum class card. Cool. I'm gonna go with the gadgets and categorizations and ask, am I? I'm gonna also go with the 2-1 awesome. I'm gonna reserve myself the right to ask a not question here. Am I not a grimy goons class? So I am.
You're asking all the wrong questions, man. Yeah.
So I am. But that's at least now I know that. That's good. All right.
Also, yeah. General rule of thumb. Don't overdo it with the not questions.
Don't ask
just
too many not questions. Yeah, but sometimes, just...
Too many not questions, that's what we call unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Correct.
Yeah, that's why you don't do double timeouts.
No.
I referenced that in another video at some point.
You do.
Oh, you're right, it was one of the trash pull videos because someone actually did that. Oh, boy. Am I above the age of 40?
Yeah.
Am I above the age of 60?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. Am I above the age of 70?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I think you ever so slightly are. Yes.
Actor / comedian, kind of, but also not really. Above the... Or around the age of 70.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Not a musician. Not known from outside of entertainment. Around the age of... Do I currently do something that makes me known that does not have anything to do with entertainment?
Do you currently do something that doesn't have to do with entertainment? No.
That would be known.
No.
Somewhat.
No. You're exclusively known through your work in the entertainment branch.
Not a talk show host. Fuck's sake.
So I'm a Citadel Legend Grammy's class. There were the quests, so each other class only has one more legend. Am I correct in that?
I think so.
Alright. So who am I most likely to be? There's obviously as Paladin, Warrior, and Hunter. Now I just have to think exactly who.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a small hint, not that you really need it at this point. But here comes up the thing again with the am I a neutral card?
Yeah. Okay.
Which was a little weird to answer.
Okay. It was weird to answer?
And I did end up going with no, so I could actually get there relatively reasonably, but that now should limit it to 2, actually. If you think about it.
There's Bran for Hunter. Right, he's a Savage of Oldham legend.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Why would he be... Visible confusion right now.
Okay, listen. Now that you mentioned Bran, right?
Yeah.
Remember how there used to be an old Bran card that is totally neutral, but you had already asked if you were in standard, and so technically, if, say you were Bran, you would technically both be a neutral and in standard, but not at the same time.
So, is it specifically Dino Tamer Bran?
No.
Okay.
I just answered the neutral question with no, so you would have a reasonable path to get there.
Okay.
Okay, it's my turn though.
Yeah.
I still have absolutely no idea where this is going, which is intriguing. I'm an older man who's an actor / comedian, but does not appear as someone else really on so that's interesting because, most real actors would do that. They would appear as other people. That's kind of what actors do.
Yeah. No, you never appear as others. You don't play other people's roles.
But
you do not play other roles.
Yeah. Because other people's roles just says it sounds like, oh yeah, someone else played that role previously, but so I'll only play myself really.
Yeah.
But I'm also apparently I'm funny or something. I don't know. And I know that person probably. Oh, yeah. Otherwise, that would be kind of dumb to put that.
The important thing is going to be the keyword of the specific branch of entertainment which you are in. Then I have actually another hint that I'm going to give you before that once we get there.
The thing is, the whole comedy / acting thing, there's something I'm missing there. I mean, obviously, right? But the thing is, what else could you be doing? I'm not a singer. I don't do anything outside of that. I'm not a big time CEO that later became a political leader or something, Relatively old too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really starting to just blank on where this could be going. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a musician. I'm not really anything else, but I'm also maybe kind of an actor, maybe kind of not. I play myself. I appear on... Okay. Do I or did I appear in a movie or more?
I don't think so. I'm not sure if there is a movie, but definitely don't go from that because you probably won't know that.
Okay.
Above the other stuff.
Yeah.
Am I Sir Finley of the Sands?
You're generally Sir Finley.
Okay, got him. All right. Nice. Certainly. Nice. All right, I'm gonna give you a hint now. And I'm not sure how much it's gonna help you. Your precise place of residence is the state of Nevada.
That doesn't help me at all. Which is what I was saying. Like, I don't know where people live.
It's Las Vegas, Nevada.
I mean, I kind of would have assumed that probably based on just, there's really not much else there. Yeah. It's all desert, kind of. Vegas. Oh, actually, now that he's mentioned it.
Oh, see that? Yeah.
Am I maybe also, I don't know, a magician?
You are a magician. You're mainly a magician, as a matter of fact.
Huh. Now, I don't know people's ages that well, but some people are deceptively old.
Yes. That's true.
Here's a weird question, right? Do I talk?
No, which is why the talk shows would be so great. Nope.
Oh God, am I Teller?
Yes. That's why the talk show host would have been so funny, because they always poke fun at him not talking on stage. That would have been the best.
R.J. Teller, didn't know that.
Yeah, Raymond Joseph.
Okay.
That's his full name. Pin it to nice. All right, we can hop to the face cam again to see ourselves.
Well, we are on face cam, but now
to see ourselves. Now we can see ourselves.
Now we see ourselves. Now everything is worse again in the world.
Oh boy, how visible was it on? I hope that was decently visible on the thing. Your thing I think it might have been a bit better.
Yeah, but I mean, I held it into the camera.
Yeah,
like, I held it.
It's we know what's up. Yeah.
I held it into the camera like this.
Yeah.
That was definitely
everyone definitely knew. That is true. So yeah, pin it up there. Sure. All right,
I'm gonna throw those both away.
Yeah, for sure. But that was a good round of Who Am I actually. Those were.
Yeah, I should probably write a little longer.
Both those characters were not too hard, but also.
I initially wanted to write down Surfing in Murgleton.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know how many R's in Murgleton, so I was like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's okay.
And if I had known that from the get-go, I would have just written Sir and then Finley below it, and then I could have had more space.
That's how I did too, absolutely. So, those were both very good ones, actually. I think it was a pretty balanced round.
Okay, you know what my takeaway from this is?
What?
Those posters were actually pretty good.
Yeah, they held up the whole round.
We've played Who Am I many times.
Post-it falls off for 2 minutes, bam.
Usually they fall off.
Yeah. You use like a
We've
whole bunch
taped them before and they fell off.
There's a whole bunch of Gorilla Tape. But that also happens a lot when we're in my basement having a barbecue.
Sake.
And there's literally like gases of fat in the air because we've been barbecuing in an enclosed room.
Which you should never do, by the way. Also, that's how you suffocate. Just like
you've never smelled anything worse than walking in there, even like the next morning and days after.
Yeah. Also, legitimately, like, be careful if people start getting like drowsy or something. Like, yeah, you about to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of there.
It's not a pleasant experience. So we're gonna try to minimize that as much as possible in the future.
Not really related to the podcast at all, but yeah, that happens.
Just the general information. So that's the second topic. There is a fun game. I encourage everyone to play it. It's very, very cool, and we hope at some point to play with your advice. So that will be pretty interesting. We got a lot of post-its going, man. We have some space to play.
I really like how
game.
Those post-its work because they're alternatively taped, which is horrible if you want to use them as post-its, but it's just fun to play with.
It looks kind of cool. So that's that, and let's get into the song of the weekend, and let's get out of here.
Well, we're doing that, huh?
Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah.
You know what number this is?
Buck 24.
125.
125. Wow.
And this being 125, that means it's a quarter of the way to 500.
It's true.
Which is a special enough occasion to make a callback.
Is it?
Okay,
okay. I'm not so sure.
I had the idea to use the song a while ago, and I kind of wanted to have some kind of round number to use it for. And you know what?
What?
An eighth of a way to 1,000 is good enough for me.
Okay, sure.
It's at least a somewhat roundish number.
Cool.
The song is Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People.
Really?
Now,
isn't that just like the anthem of school shooting or something?
And that's why it's called it. Remember the first episode of the Trash Talk podcast?
Yeah, we talked about school shootings.
Your song of the week was?
Yeah, I don't like Mondays.
Yeah, which is about a school shooting.
Really? That's not even... Actually, honestly, that's not a very good song, but I know it's a meme.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Listen.
It's sort of like Rickroll.
It's
no, the Rickroll song is a bit...
It's by no means a great song. But it's honestly not that bad.
I don't like the style of it at all, actually. I would never listen to it, honestly. Rickroll, Never Gonna Give You Up is a better song than this. I know it's just a meme, that's why I find it a bit funny, but...
also, I just liked the call back because, the whole school shooting thing.
Yeah.
There's a parallels there.
Yeah, that's
His
phenomenal.
first song of the week was I Don't Like Mondays.
Also, show your shirt. Because we also talked about wrestling.
Phenomenal one!
Podcast 1, we also talked about WWE.
Probably didn't have that shirt back then, but yeah.
No, we didn't. But that's another throwback there.
Oh yeah, he has the same shirt.
I have the exact same shirt.
Probably like a size larger, but
yeah, gotta wear that again when it's warmer outside. But yeah, maybe I'll have to just
put
a jacket over it.
It's not very warm right now. Fun fact: I'm wearing t-shirts because there's not many sweaters left in my wardrobe.
And we're indoors, so
and laundry takes a while.
I know. So my song of the week is actually a very new one as opposed to this one. It's Black Lung by the Dead South from the newest album Sugar and Joy. And it's arguably...
Is it by any chance about miners?
About miners? No, if I've understood the lyrics right and I've never paid attention to it, it's about smoking or like cigars or something.
It's either about smoking or about
of mining. Yeah,
because I think also called the Black Lung, right? With the Cobalts.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. I haven't listened to the lyrics at all in any care. I've so far just had it run in the back for entertainment. But
I like this too much.
It's arguably my favorite song off of the new CD. So that's my song of the week. I had to give some love to the Dead South because they're a fantastic band. So that's
yeah. I had to give some love to school shootings. No,
because that's his favorite activity.
Most people only do it once.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hate school that much.
Cool, close.
Also, we live in a country with not that much access to firearms.
Yeah,
so.
the weapon thing is a bit tough, and then
a lot less school shootings.
And school stabbings just are not efficient. So people sort of just give up on it, I guess.
Not a lot of gun violence around here.
No, not a lot of gun violence at all.
Which is a good thing. Also, hey, you know what? Free healthcare.
Yeah.
Free-ish healthcare, but...
Yeah, you're setting the bar very low still. I know you're taunting America, and that makes sense, but...
Affordable education!
Yeah. Saying that the German social justice system is anywhere near desirable still sets the bar extremely low. But that's how it is, yeah. So, anyway, thank you for watching this podcast. Drop a like on it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to TrashcanTV and TrashcanTV 2, where we play all the games except for Hearthstone, which is what we play on this channel. You can join our Discord server, link to that is in the description, and at some point, maybe we'll invite you to play some Who Am I with us. How about that? That would be fun. Play some community rounds, webcams, everyone, and just...
Yeah, that reminds me of another idea I've had before, which we could also do. Not sure why I'm telling you this right on air, but... how about Cards Against Humanity at some point, huh?
With the folks? With people?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and this might prolong the podcast for a bit because we'll talk about this, but I've lost interest in that game. Because it's just, there's only so much there. We've played it a couple of times, and I'm not interested in playing it anymore. Because we've had all of, again, listen, it's a fun game. We've had our laughs, right? We've had the funny combinations and everything. It's just, I'm done with that game.
It works a lot better online, is first of all the thing.
Yeah, I know. And if at all, I played online, for sure. Yeah.
And, I was thinking it might be something we could tie the community in with at some point.
We might, yeah.
Which will probably be a video on TrashcanTV 2, of course.
I'll be cool for that. But we also have the game. We have all the cards at home. And we've played it a couple times with the homeboys, with the circle of friends. Yeah. I'm not interested in playing that anymore. It's just... done it a couple times, had our laughs. It's been hilarious.
We also oftentimes haven't had the optimal groups for that.
That is correct. So there's a language barrier issue with that too, to a degree. So yeah, we can do it online though. I'd be down for that if the community wants to do that. We got a bunch of people to play that online. I'd definitely be in for that.
The funny thing is, no one will be disappointed if we don't do it because no one has actually listened to this far into the podcast, so it doesn't really matter. We're just talking to each other.
Let us know if you're listening to this podcast still. That's I'm expecting about 3 people right now to still be here, but we'll see.
I was just kind of tauntingly saying it so that someone was going to do it themselves anyways, but
maybe. But we can maybe get Sergey to play along.
Yeah,
and maybe select a couple of people from the audience there from the Discord and upload it on TrashcanTV too.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing, right? We have technically voice chat in our Discord server. We don't use it, but it exists.
Yeah, it does exist, yeah. But if we did play it, we played online on the website and capture the video and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll and we can do voice chat, of course, with all the participants.
I mean, that's like I've tried it before, and I know we're extending this Song of the Week segment / outro way too much, but I played before online with like
beverage,
just like randomly joining into rooms, and it's just the worst thing ever.
Is it?
Because you have absolutely no communication except for like text chat.
Oh no, that's bad.
And you're playing with people who, I mean, compatible sense of humor is not guaranteed with fans either, but
you gotta be ultimately you always play with people you know at least to a degree.
Yeah.
And definitely voice communication is also.
Yeah, because like it's just not fun if you don't communicate with the other people just playing the cards. Yeah, whatever.
That's also why it hasn't been fun for me playing with the homeboys. The last part, I don't want to do that again. But online, I'm cool down for it. So let's try and organize that at some point. I'm cool with that. But with that all being said, thank you everybody for watching the podcast, and we're gonna see you in the next one. JJ.
That's it.
That's it.